Well, stay with us for an exclusive report from the heart of Python Regis. A line-up reporter, Michael Dean, was smuggled into the final recording of the series at great personal risk. So for some unbiased muckraking about the hideous malpractices of Cleese, Chapman, Idle, Gilliam, Jones and Palin, stay tuned. The present series of Monty Python's Flying Circus ended tonight, and Michael Dean was in the audience to do what he could on our behalf to try to put a stop to the sort of bad taste exampled here.
Who's going to be spokesman anyway?
John.
Michael. No, Terry. No.
After lunch, Michael. No. It's not fair.
Nothing like Michael fair enough to have with you. Remembering that the people who are watching us now as we speak in this interview situation won't have seen this final show of the series which you've just done.
Yeah.
And it included the final sketch, which is probably the most tastest thing you've ever done. The one about cannibalism, mother eating.
I don't know. The one about late night.
I was forgetting that one.
Eric's the spokesman.
Eric's the spokesman. How far do you think...
in the audience.
Yeah, Eric, how far do you think you can push... How far do you think you can push comedy? I mean, are there certain things you can't joke about? I mean, tonight you joked about leprosy, cancer, cannibalism, mother eating, incest. Is that on?
We missed it.
Incest.
I think
Incest.
haven't we?
I think when you say it like that, it sounds worse than if it just kind of happens in a sketch and someone says the word. And then people don't think about it beforehand. But when you isolate it, like, I'm being serious, sorry. Sorry, I was being serious.
Never mind. Well, I'd like to be serious just for a minute. Terry, is there a boundary you can't cross in comedy? A boundary of taste? I mean, I think you've crossed it a couple of times, successfully.
He's been in the show. Oh, yes.
He's just rude.
Well, he's rude. No, I think everything's funny, and I think it transcends most boundaries, actually. I think if it makes me laugh, I wouldn't say no to anything. I don't say anyway. When I talked to Terry Gilliam, he's very,
articulate. That's American.
Some of your stuff, perhaps a great deal of it, is rejected. Quite untrue.
A lot of it's stolen.
No, it's not rejected. No, everything so far has gone in, hasn't it? No. I mean, I haven't seen several shows for a while.
John, I'm told that among yourselves, Monty Python, among other things, is known as the not fully networked show. This means, of course, that it's not seen nationwide.
So that's right, Brian. Well, we're trying to get the show. Get it shown up in Scotland and in the Midlands. Yeah. But as I say, I mean, things go with you. Sometimes they don't go with you. Till we get the people up the front. Yeah, that's it. Well, hit the ball first time. Get in the back of the net. Get it right at the back.
Once we get them in there, once we're able to afford to bring the people in, right. That'll be all right.
I mean, today, I missed a line early on. Well, I mean, you missed a line, right? It's live, you can't do nothing about it. Well, the guys got behind me, they helped me through the bad patch, and in the end, I thought we was doing quite well.
Would you solve a mystery for me about... Yeah, thanks very much. But, one of your shows, in fact, is seen in Scotland.
I'm awfully childish.
Yes, I know. Now, your show is seen in Scotland, but a recent Monty Python show...
on Sunday.
Yeah, no, they cut out the very last line of the final sketch of a series. So I still don't know what the payoff was, because I saw it in Scotland, you see. What was the line they cut out?
The very last line in one of our recent shows.
The word.
Which was...
The word.
I didn't want to say it, actually.
Do you think we ought to say it?
No, I don't think we ought to.
It was awfully funny in the context.
Yes, it was awfully funny in the context.
If we said it nice, it might be a bit offensive.
It was valid, wasn't it?
We just go saying bugger, it's offensive.
It's valid word.
It was all
Three of the
right.
extremely important people at the BBC saw it.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was funny, they let us do it. Yeah. But one of them said afterwards he wouldn't have envisaged any situation in which he would let us do it.
And it wasn't Lord Hill.
But
no.
we did have, we had one complaint, apparently. One complaint. That was Lord Hill.
Tell the story, Graham.
I'm not doing it like... Tell the story. Go on, okay, tell the story. We had one complaint, and the lady rang up, and they said, what was your complaint? And she said there was an offensive word at the end of that programme. And they said, what is the word? Because we need to know it to write it down. And she wasn't prepared to say what the word was, but she was prepared to spell it out. And it was B-U-G-A-R.
She's trying to say bulgar. It's all about Czechs, Hungarians.
Are you aware that there are people you offend, and are you aware of who they are? Is there a type of person you offend most of all? Is it?
We offend many people, and I'll tell you why. Boring statement number one in one sentence is that most of the people who watch this show are not going to be offended by it. Because most of the people who are going to be offended will switch off after 3 minutes anyway. So I think that's one of the reasons that we can be very naughty.
You've done 13 shows with this series.
Can you imagine what script meetings are like?
Yeah. It's what are they like, really? Are they total anarchy, or is there some kind of order?
I don't know how anything gets done.
Who's your leader?